Hello! Welcome everybody. Thank you for being a part of this video titled Copilot in Analysis Assist. My name is Craig Kreskis and I am a Partner Solution Architect here at Microsoft. This video is part of a bigger webinar series or video series, if you will, to help educate you on all of the capabilities that are available today around Copilot, AI, and machine learning inside of Business Central. This video again is focused just on Analysis Assist, and there's two scenarios I'm going to walk you through. First, I'm going to analyze a long list of items in my inventory, and then we'll analyze another list of ledger entries. And I'll show you a couple of things that you can do in your demonstrations to present this to customers and prospects. Here I am, I'm logged inside of Business Central, my role-based homepage. I select on the items, and something that we introduced a couple of years ago was that opportunity for users to do analysis right within the list page. So you can see it opens up another tab, and then it just gives them a comfort, a sense of working with this information in a spreadsheet-like experience, right? You see all the pivot tables and all the details on the right corner of the page. Let's go ahead and close that out for a moment and now introduce again Copilot. In this particular area where I can go ahead and analyze the list. And here you see I get a dialog box that's very familiar if you've been using Copilot for a little while now. And I can just type in what it is I want to pare down or look at inside of this particular list of all of my items in inventory. So I asked Copilot, show me the item description, unit cost, and all of the quantity on hand. I click on generate, and it gives me that information. So again, I've got a tab at the top, says description, unit cost, quantity. It's not saved because as you can see, it has a little bit of a dotted line. And now as a user, I want to do some further refinement. I want to go ahead and sort this data. So I'll go ahead and add sorting. So you see I typed in sort by unit cost in a descending manner, and then I'll go ahead and just hit on enter. It does what I asked it to do. It's sorting on the unit cost. Up you can see that column. And if you're not sure if you want to keep that, you can go back and forth. You could look at the preview. So go to the previous one, or I can go ahead and select back to the one I just had, option number 2. And I can get a little bit more refinement. So again, I want to show only items with a replacement. And now you could see I have only a few items in inventory that have a replacement. Notice that on the right side, if I click on the analysis filter, I've got substitutes that exist. And again, notice I've been asking for replacement, but what's it called inside of the structured data of Business Central is called substitutes. Again, Copilot's able to understand the context of what the user is asking for. I'm going to go ahead and select on to keep it. And there is that example. Now let's go ahead and create a new analysis. And I'm going to take advantage of the prompt guide. So again, sometimes we're not sure what it is I want to ask or how to ask it. And so we give users a shortcut where they can go ahead and then add structure. And let's say, for example, I want to group by something. In this case here, I'm going to type in the vendor name. And I click on generate. And now you can see I've got another tab. It's called group by vendor. I can go ahead and open that up and you could see that it has all of my items by vendor. And let's go ahead and type in, I want to rename this items by vendor instead of group by vendor, which is a little bit more descriptive or meaningful. We'll go ahead and select enter. And now you can see that it's items by vendor. And maybe I want to add another column. Let's say, for example, the unit cost, right? So again, you're providing this sort of environment for users to be able to control the experience and use the application the way they would see fit. I'll select keep it, and now I've got a saved tab on that item by vendor, and we'll go ahead and return to home. And that's how you can take advantage of Analysis Assist just in a simple list page such as inventory items. Let's take a look at the ledger entries here, maybe a little bit more detail. I'll select on that customer ledger entry. Here you see again, Copilot is available for me to analyze that list. And it's asking, tell me what you want to see here. I'm your personal assistant. And so in this case, again, I could probably start to filter, do my own manual refinement, or I can let Copilot just be my personal assistant. And I ask Copilot to show me what our customers owe us. And then I generate that within that tab. And notice, it's kind of interesting, if you look at the title of the tab, it's called Customer Debt. I mentioned nothing about debt, but it saw based on my query, based on my request, it gave me a temporary name of that tab. I'm going to go ahead and ask to add a column displaying the due month. And then I'm going to go ahead and type in, for example, here, show it as a pivot table. Right? So again, you could see the same thing I could do. You notice here again, what Copilot does is these are capabilities here I can take advantage of, but Copilot's just doing it for me. I wanted to add one other area. You could see on the column, right? I give users now the option to do some additional analysis, things that they would typically do in Excel, and maybe I want to go ahead and filter and say, give me something that is greater than 1,000. Go ahead and select enter, and then I'll go ahead and keep that. So again, I'm showing you the breadth of how Copilot had helped me get started, but then me as the human can start to element or create the changes and personalize how I want to do the analysis of my data inside of Business Central. I want to say thank you so much for being a part of this video titled Analysis Assist. Again, my name is Craig, and I look forward to seeing you on another video again real soon.